Good morning. Good morning. Hope everyone is doing amazing. All right. I think you should be able to hear me better now. One, two. Okay. Here we go. Welcome, everyone. Good morning, Markel. Got my fresh water. I love it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Roxanne. So great to have you both on. And I'm just pulling things up here, making sure I can see you all, making sure I can see all the comments. There we go. All right. Good morning. Everyone makes their way in. Morning, Mark. All right, Dr. Roxanne, you're brewing your coffee. Let's see, Nancy, you're drinking decaf coffee. Wonderful. Salute. I'm going to drink my tea. As everyone comes in, good morning. As always, share your beverage of choice. Good morning, Ron, mushroom matcha. Awesome. I love it because everyone has their favorites and their preferred drinks. So I'm loving it and I get to see it. And when you switch it up, I see something a little different. Javon, good morning. Good morning, Dr. Love. Good to see you here this morning. Grand rising to you as well. So good to have you here and popping in. All right. So as we continue to have others join, please share as always. I love to see what you all are drinking and what you're up to. I'd love to have you join me. Good morning, Francesca. So let's get to it. Oh, ginger and key lime. Oh, okay. Ginger and key lime. Interesting. I love it. All right. So today we are going to talk because I like to read the chats. We're talking together, even though you're only hearing me, but this is a conversation we're having based off of the movie The Burial. So, first of all, I want to find out before we begin how many people have seen the movie. All right. So, don't worry, I'm not giving out spoilers as you share. I'm not going to do any spoilers because I want you to see the movie for yourself. So let me know in the comments if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, no problem. That way I can kind of get a feel who hasn't seen it. The movie The Burial is available now on Amazon Prime if you're interested in checking it out. Um, okay, I see that. Sorry, Mark, I'm laughing at your Canadian water. Okay. Okay. So mostly it looks like people have not seen it. I see some people plan on watching it this weekend. Markel saw it and loved it. Yes, it's a must see. Okay. Yes. So mostly everyone so far has not seen it. So I know to be very mindful of what I have to say today. A new one watching it. Okay. So mostly, so great. So let this be partly a movie review, but I'm not going to go too much into it. It's like just right now, Markel and I are the only ones who've seen it. So um, it's, feel free, Markel, just to add any comments that you want to as I go along and what resonated with you from the movie. But I am definitely going to share what resonated with me. So, my husband and I had the opportunity to watch it in the movie theaters. He received an invitation to watch the premiere. So we got to see it on a big screen, which was a nice feeling. And now that it's on Amazon Prime, I cannot wait to watch it again. So the movie is, just to let you all know, the movie is about it was starring two people that we know and mostly love, Jamie Foxx and Tommy Lee Jones. And it's one of those courtroom drama. If you're into courtroom dramas, you're gonna love this movie. Okay. So it is a courtroom drama, but there are so many powerful messages that are intertwined in here. There's so much more than just a courtroom. It's one of those time-tested films about the human spirit and growing and learning through these experiences that they went through in this film. And both the character that Jamie Foxx played, which was the name, Willie Gary, the lawyer, well-known lawyer, Willie Gary, and then Tommy Lee Jones played, Jeremiah O'Keefe, and known as Jerry in the film. Both of these characters went through so much and evolved as people, which is one of my favorite things about movies. Like, I love to see the evolution of a character. How many of you are like that? Like, how many of you love to see, the courtroom drama and the evolution of characters? That's the kind of thing that really makes, I think, a film a film. So the movie is great. And I was a little reluctant to actually see the movie when I saw the trailer. So I'll let you in on that. In this community, Mark and I actually had an experience with uh, Willie Gary, and where we shared the same client. And it wasn't the best experience. It wasn't a pleasant experience. I didn't, and we didn't actually meet him, which I'm actually grateful that we didn't get a chance to meet him, because I think if we had met him in person, we probably would, probably would. I'll be honest, probably wouldn't have liked him very much, just because the interaction we did have with him was already unpleasant. So I still liked, I wanted to be objective, putting my ego aside, and the story still seemed good. So, my husband was like, "Oh, come on, let's go see it." So I'm glad I saw it, because I was able to experience Willie Gary from a different perspective. And, we're all humans. I understand why he does the way why he does the things he does, why he speaks the way he speaks. Again, some of those things that rub me the wrong way, I get it. It's kind of like if you love Muhammad Ali, never not everyone was a fan of Muhammad Ali. He rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, but it was a part of who he was and who he needed to be for himself to really accomplish the task that he had at hand. So just wanted to throw that little personal story in there because of the interaction that Mark and I did have with Willie Gary. So it did make the film a bit more interesting. But what really stood out for me was that this film really was about a story of a legacy builder. And the character Jerry, that is who he was. I think he represented a part of all of us here in this group and what we stand for, what we're trying to accomplish. Um, he had a beautiful legacy, a beautiful family legacy, and he created a beautiful family. And that legacy was so important to him. Leaving an inheritance for his children's children was a priority. And I feel the story was wrapped around that. It took so much for him to do what he needed to do to get to where he needed to get. And that's the conversation I want to bring to you today. Because if you saw in the post, I talked about, the question that came to mind was like, how many of us would have the faith to face what seemed to be like impossible odds? Like how many of us are willing to truly stand for the legacy we want to pass on, for the legacy we want to build today? And for for some of us, we are carrying on a legacy. We're carrying the torch like Jerry did. Others of us, we are birthing the legacy. Like it starts with us, and we're birthing it, and we need to carry on. So I want to just talk about, I want to pull out three important points that I pulled from this movie and watching it. The three things that I said, man, this is the path of a legacy builder. This is exactly what is required for each of us along this journey. And this is the type of things that will unfold just as it did with this character, Jerry, in this film. These are the type of things that we can bear witness to as we take this journey. So I want to touch on these three things. Before I do, just checking in on the comments. Good morning. Oh, good morning, Stacy. So great to see you. And let me see who else is there. Oh, Ladybug J. Hello there. Good morning, Michelle as well. Good morning, Karen. You made it. You were determined to make it this morning, and you did. Thank you so much. It's so great to see everyone here and with their tea for tea time. I'm loving it. All right, let's do it, Dr. Roxanne. We are doing it here. So, 3 points. The first one, the path of a legacy builder will stretch you outside of your comfort zone. 2, the path of a legacy builder will inspire others to think differently. And 3, the path of a legacy builder will present and capitalize on opportunities that others miss. So now I'm going to go through each of those. Just wanted to run through that. Let's talk about each one. So the first one, the path of a legacy builder stretches you outside of your comfort zone. Come on now. I know we know a thing or two about being stretched outside of our comfort zones. In the movie, the character Jerry, like I said, he had a lovely family. He grew up in a family business for generations. He was comfortable. And then a situation occurred in which, in order for him to accomplish his desires, it stretched him. He had to get on right on up out of that comfort zone and go into a direction that I know he didn't expect. Just like most of us, we're not going to expect some of the things that this journey takes us on. So yes, it will stretch us outside of our comfort zone. Thank you, Dr. Roxanne, for typing that in there. If type it in there, say stretch, it'll stretch me outside of my comfort zone. Put it in the chat so you can embed that into you. Remember, we're programming ourselves through this conversation. We are programming and rewiring our brain for legacy conversations. So go ahead and put that in the chat. Stretch me outside of my comfort zone. Jerry was stretched through the circumstances that took place in this film. Again, this is based, I didn't mention it in the beginning, this is based off of a true story. So a lot of these events actually happened. He was stretched in order to accomplish his goal. He had to do something uncomfortable to get the results he wanted, and the result he wanted, which was carrying on his family legacy. You will always be required to stretch yourself and to level up. Always. There's no exception to that rule. So now you have to ask yourself, am I okay with that? Am I ready to be stretched outside of my comfort zone in order to live, lead, and leave the legacy that you desire? That's number one. All right. So legacy building journey will challenge you. Yes. So let me see what's in the comments. Stretch me outside. Yes, that's right. Drop that in there. Are we gonna fight or fold? I love that, Ron. Let me put what he has there because that's so important. All right. So yes, are we willing? Are we gonna fight or are we gonna fold? Jerry fought in that movie. Oh, it was so amazing to see his fight for his legacy. So inspiring. 2, the path of the legacy builder will inspire others to think differently. It will inspire others around you to move differently. So put that up there. It will inspire others to think differently. And I start with think because in order for individuals to take action differently, behave differently, move differently, it has to start with here. Your ability, your convictions will move others. And that's what it was with Jerry. Jerry's convictions impacted those around him. Oh my goodness, it was so great. He inspired his team to think and move forward in ways they hadn't before. Again, you have to watch it to see because I don't want to give away any spoilers. But in this film, people did things differently than they did before. And because of that, they all benefited. And that's the way it works. You will know you are on the right path when you notice by simply being who you are and walking steadfast in your conviction as a legacy builder, that the people around you, your family members, all of those who are around you will start to take inspired action towards the common objective of that legacy, the common objective of a legacy building. So put into the chat if you haven't already. I will inspire others to think differently. Your actions will inspire others to act differently, to think differently, to move differently because of your conviction when it shows up. And I'm not talking about forcing things down people's throat and constantly badgering and nagging. No, no, no. Just being steadfast and bold. People notice what you do, your actions, far more than your words. So be a legacy builder consistently, and that alone will inspire others, just as it did for Jerry in this movie. I love that. Let me see before I move on to the third. What do we have here? All right. Let me see. I think I see a comment here. Dan Markel, I saw something. Yes, people will flock to you, and you got to be ready for people to walk away as well. Oh, very good point. Okay, you saw the movie and you saw that part. That's such a good point. I wish I could say so much more, but you have to see the movie because I don't want to give anything away. But Markel, thank you for bringing that point up because yes, people will move. That's just as important. Eliminating the people in your life who actually don't contribute to the journey, to the path. You want to draw the ones that need to be there, inspire those, and inspire others to walk away who don't need to be there. I'm seeing the love, so I know that's resonating with someone up in here. All right. Thank you for that. See, that's why I love this group. Y'all give the good stuff. I can do differently. Yes. And the third, I know, Mark. I'm like, if y'all haven't seen it, yeah, no, I see y'all. You're like, definitely got to watch this movie now. All right. So the third, yes, watch this movie. So the third, let's see, the path, the legacy builder will present and allow you to capitalize on opportunities that others miss. So I want you to put in the chat. Your path, my path will present opportunities that others miss. My path will present opportunities that others miss. So I was sharing with my husband what I was going to talk about today, and he said this quote. And the quote was, I totally forgot about it, and I can't. Okay, honey, you're gonna have to put in the chat who said this. I don't remember, but the quote goes: "Most people miss opportunities because it looks a lot like work." Can I get an amen on that one? Most people miss opportunities because it looks a lot like work. Look, if y'all don't understand this legacy building path, it's going to look a lot like work. All right. Y'all already know. All right. Ashton Kutcher. Thank you. Ashton Kutcher said that. That's right. In this film, man, there were some opportunities that were presented that some people just missed. And I feel like it was trickled throughout. It wasn't just one thing. We were having a conversation with my son, again, and my husband. We were talking about the film and this one particular scene in the movie. So I'll describe the scene, and you'll know when you finally watch it, you know what I'm talking about. Just remember this. So there was a particular scene in which, near the end of the movie, in which they were taking part in a silent negotiation, so to speak. And it was one of the best scenes in the film because like Jerry and his team, they saw it. They had the faith. They had the faith to walk steadfast in that conviction, what I talked about before, But by doing that, they saw the opportunity that most people wouldn't. Not unless they had that level of faith and not unless they had that powerful conviction already in place. So you as a legacy builder have to be so clear on your what, your why, as to what your legacy is about. And those who are those who are about to start this 12-month journey with Mark and I in the Family Legacy Experience, that's a huge part of why we're doing that. What we're going to be doing in the program is getting so crystal clear on your what and your why. Because guess what? When you do, you will be able to consistently not only see the opportunities that others won't see, but you will learn how to capitalize on them. You will be able to capitalize on them because you're going to see all that's involved, the intricate details of what it takes to be a legacy builder and every step to get you to your desired destination. It's having your eyes wide open to that. And it shows up in multiple ways in our lives. And I'm seeing that, it's not a path. Y'all look, and every one of the, what am I always going to say in these tea times? How you do one thing is how you do anything. So it shows up in your being. It shows up in, if you're a business owner, it shows up in how you do business, in the opportunities that present itself there. It shows up in your personal life. It shows up in your spiritual life. It's having your eyes open when you are steadfast in your convictions. And as a legacy builder, I truly believe there's no better place to be. There's no better way of existing than to be that person who consistently operates in a way that is determined to impact the lives of people now and in the future. Because that's who you are, that you are living to present an experience that others will feel both now, while you're here, and long after you're gone. There's so much power in that. So that's what we're talking about here. And I see that in each and every one of you. So in this film, that's what I got from all of it. And again, Daniel, Markel, and Ron, who have seen it, let me know, if that's what you got or what you got from it. And then let me just check on these comments before we sign off. I have to be clear. Yes. So I love it, Francesca, reiterating what I just said. Yes, you have to be so clear as to what my legacy is about. So true. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let me see what else I have here. That's right. Be crystal clear on the legacy. Yes. Favorite scene. Yes, the scene we were just talking about. All right. The key understanding. Let's see it. The key is to understand the legacy builder path. Yes. All right. My path will present opportunities that others will miss. I love it. Okay, so I think I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Oh, yes. Okay, going back, I see that, Karen. Totally okay with them leaving. They take up unnecessary space. Hello. Can we get an amen to that? All right. So, and Mark, got to go watch this movie. So, yes. When you watch the movie, jump back in here and share your thoughts. Share those thoughts, and I want to definitely hear from you. Let me hear. Oh, Devon, clarity of the path you are walking is very important to getting to your goals. That part. There we go. So, again, thank you for joining me for another Tea Time Tuesday. Check out the movie when you do. Again, it's on Amazon Prime. When you do, let me know what you think. Share your thoughts on it, because I really do believe this movie is a legacy. This is a movie for legacy builders. And I want to know, am I right? Or am I right? Or if you disagree with me, I'm okay with that. But I really do want to hear from you. I do get excited when we can share in this way. So thank you again for joining me, for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday for another tea time. Talk to you then.